pezzitos. Sei al mio posto, sei al mio posto. Perché sei al mio posto sempre, Ciotle? Dai. Madonna santissima, lasciami. Hello. So before we start talking about gorgeous fibers, gorgeous knitting projects, I want to read you a book from this book. I want to read you a poem from this book, The Wilderness That Bears Your Name by James A. Pearson. It's a gorgeous little poetry book, and here's the poem that I chose to read you today. It's called All That's Required of You. Did you know there will be poppies again this year? It's true. I've seen their muted green fractals, stockpiling sunlight, distilling it down to its purest essence before igniting into slow-motion fireworks. In the end, isn't this all that's required of you? To drink in what you love, to concentrate it in the crucible of your body, and finally to bloom. This is an ode to spring, because spring is coming. Let's address what I'm wearing. That's one of the gorgeous projects. I finished this cardigan finally many weeks ago, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and I've been wearing it since I finished it. It's a modified version of the Loom Pullover by Sari Norlund. It's a very famous pattern. It's a top-down colorwork yoke, beautiful, gorgeous pullover that is knitted at the worsted weight gauge, and I've seen beautiful versions, and another friend of mine made it into a cardigan, so sticked it, Melissa, and it turned out beautiful. And so I decided to make it into a cardigan. I've knitted this pattern before, and I knitted it following it. I think I did a little modification on the colorwork in the previous version, and I made like a pullover, right? But this time I was feeling cardigan, and I was feeling the challenge of sticking it. So I was like, we do that. I'm up for that challenge, and I've made it. I've made it into a cardigan. I think it's gorgeous. There is a little thing that I have to do. Why am I not prepared? There is a little thing that I have to do. I want to put this cute little stripy and how do you call this, lacy thing. I want to put it inside to cover the ugliness of the sticked part. So the way I knitted this cardigan was to, I basically followed the pattern. I did some modification of the color work. If you follow the chart, after this nice row of beautiful juicy flowers, there is another row of flowers, and I skipped that part and I re-knitted this row of leaves here, right? And then I divided for sleeves. Then another modification I've done was to do the sleeves here and skip the flower here. By the way, this is water because it's been raining, and I just came home and I was almost soaking wet, but not really. But yeah, it's a bit wet, this cardigan now. But anyhow, I want to put this lacy part here to cover the sticking like that, because now it's a little bit ugly, because when I sticked it, so I casted on extra stitches in the front that were my sticking stitches that would kind of mark the center of the cardigan, so I could reinforce the stitches around the part that I would cut, right? And I reinforced this time the way I did the reinforcement wasn't with a crochet hook, but was with the sewing machine. So I just really made sure to reinforce the stitches around the part that I would cut, right? And it didn't turn out beautiful, but these stitches are definitely very tight and very sewn in together, so they're not going to create holes and destroy the cardigan, right? But I want to cover them, and I finally found this, which I think is going to be really nice. So when I open the cardigan, it will look like this, I guess. I need to sew it in, but yeah, I'm really happy with this cardigan. If I would knit it again, I would use a more rustic yarn. I've used a commercial yarn, Drops Nepal, in these two gorgeous colors, but I feel that it is peeling a little bit, and yeah, you can see it's peeling a bit, and I don't know, I think it would have been nicer with maybe an Icelandic yarn by Istex, for example, like Plotolupi, Hell Double, or Letlopi, or Alafoslopi, depending on the gauge. That would have kind of, I don't know how to explain myself today. So I would have preferred to knit it with a more rustic yarn. But this is really cozy, this is really nice. I use it mostly like a jacket, so on top of like long sleeves, cardigans like this one, or shirts, because it's quite thick, right? It's knitted with the worsted weight yarn. And yeah, we love it. We're happy. I decided to add these buttons. They're kind of seashell buttons, I guess. What do you call these? Yeah, we like it. We like it. We just need to do that little adding of this lacy ribbon. What do you call this? It's made out of cotton. But yeah, we're enjoying this cardigan very much. I've been using it a lot. I think I would like it in a lighter version, so at a different gauge, maybe holding together silk mohair and a fingering weight yarn, or just like a DK weight version. This is worsted, right? So it's heavier and thicker. That would be really nice, but I'm overall very happy with this version of the cardigan. I think I did a little modification here also, but overall we love it. We love it. We're using it, and I believe I'll use it a lot next winter as well. So this is another project that I finished. It's a cardigan that I started, I believe, last year. I'm gonna do some surgery on this guy because it's not working well. Anyway, it's functional, but there is a major problem. So I made this really gorgeous long body of the cardigan last year, but then I didn't have enough yarn in this color. I used, I think it was a yarn called Y. I don't remember. It's a kind of like Gold was the brand, I think. It's a Swedish yarn, I believe. But anyhow, I held that double, and together it was like a lace yarn, and I held it double together with a strand of Drops Flora, and it created this beautiful yarn or texture fabric. And then I didn't have enough to knit the sleeves, so I used Drops Flora held double, and I think it's nice in this color. It's kind of like a nice contrast, but the problem is I blocked it, so don't come after me saying like, oh, you should block it. No, thank you. I've done that. There is this massive problem of it's not massive, but it just bothers me. I picked up too few stitches around the armholes. So there is this little kind of step. I don't know if you can see it well, but it bothers me. Here you can see it. There's this kind of step around the armholes, and so this cardigan, I've been wearing it around the house, especially in the morning when I want to do yoga. I just cozy up with this one, but it bothers me, the fact that the sleeves have this little step, right? How do you call this? It's a step. I don't know. I call it step, right? It's a little bumpy thing, because I picked up too few stitches for the sleeves, and the sleeves fit perfectly. They're not too tight or anything, but I think so. The first thing that I thought was to pick up stitches around the armholes again, like leave the sleeves the way they are, pick up stitches and knit some sort of like ruffle around the armholes with maybe like a fluffy yarn to kind of have like an extra little wings, I guess, or like flower head around the sleeves. But this is a drop shoulder cardigan. It doesn't sit like right on the shoulders. It sits a bit down. Maybe I can show you. I'm gonna frog the sleeves and just pick up stitches. You see, when I wear it, it bothers me. And it's quite long, so it's a really nice kind of cozy cardigan. So what I'm gonna do, there's this kind of bulk, and then the sleeves, I'm gonna frog the sleeves, zip them, frog them, and then I'm gonna pick stitches around the armholes, and I'm gonna knit like a juicy ribbing, and it's going to transform into a cardigan vest, because I don't have any long cardigan vest in my wardrobe, and I think it would be really nice to have something that I can throw on when I feel a little bit cold in my back and I still don't want, and I'm maybe wearing like a long sleeve shirt, and I want a little bit extra warm but not so much warmth, and I have quite few cropped sweaters in my wardrobe, so this will kind of, if I wear it on top of my cropped sweaters, it will create some sort of warmth around my lower back, and it will create... They're calling me. when it comes to my knitting. Look who we have here. Cochitos. Cochitos, cochitos, cochitos. Let's go to feed the chickens. Okay, I'm back. My coffee is ready. I'm gonna put some of the needles that I've been using in this gorgeous needle case. This is my needle case and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's in this beautiful light pink leather and it was made by Iveta. I'll leave the link of her channel and her website or Etsy shop where you can purchase this. Now it's a bit of a mess. They're all my needles are here. This is her logo, Iveta Bauman, and yeah, I love all of her products. She makes absolutely gorgeous bags and also clothes, beautiful linen, high quality linen clothes. Let's talk knitting. Yesterday I was interrupted by many calls and we continue today. Okay. So, as I was mentioning, I finished that gray cardigan and I'm gonna frog the sleeves and make it into a vest cardigan. Then I finished it 2 days ago when I was planting and reorganizing some seeds in the greenhouse. This is a crochet hat. Look at this. It's it's a really cute cotton hat. I started it maybe 3 years ago or 4 even, before going to Portugal, or in Portugal, I think. So 3-4 years ago, and then I didn't finish it, but I didn't frog it. I used like a really old cotton yarn that my mom had in her stash, and I don't know, this is the top, and the gauge is very imperfect, but for some reason it fits perfectly. So I finished it the other day. I did this kind of like ruffle fringe, how do you call it, and I've been using it a little bit, I mean the past day or so, in the garden, and it works. It's cute. We love it. We're enjoying it. So yeah, I really love crochet as a craft for like accessories such as, you know, hats and bags and things like that. Also sweaters and tops, but I'm not really a pro crocheter or anything. As you can see, the gauge is a bit all over the place, but yeah, I think I didn't follow any pattern, at least not that I remember. I just did my thing, like, she's here. Okay, by the way, I made this few years ago. This is the tulip sweater or tulip pullover. Has this kind of scalloped edges and it's quite cropped. Here's my belly button, and I made it with knitted held double, and I just used in total, I remember, less than 300 grams, about 300 grams of knitted held double, and I love it. It's peeling like crazy. That's what I don't like about knitted, but it's super nice and soft and it's really cozy. Okay, and by the way, I did this modification. I don't know why I did that. For the raglan, I did like yarn overs for the increases of the raglan instead of the recommended increases. I don't know what I was thinking. It's not horrible, but I would have preferred to not do that. But yes, I wear this a lot. I've been wearing it a lot, and I would love to make one in a like purple, like lilac color, like deep purple lilac color. Would be really nice to have it. But yes, let's talk knitting. I'm trying to talk like Mickey is sleeping in the next room, but he can still hear me, I guess. So I have 3 projects that I am working on, and I want to finish for the end of March. I don't know if I'll be able to finish all 3 of them, but I'm kind of moving forward with all of them. But the priority is this baby here. And this is the one that I want to finish absolutely for the end of March, because it's for my sister. This is the Chroma sweater by Jacqueline Sislak, I think you pronounce her name. And I have been wanting to make this pullover for a long while, but never really prioritize it because I am not a gift knitter. Or do you say? I'm a selfish knitter. I love to knit for myself, but my sister is super knit worthy, along with also my mom and Mike. But yes, she wanted this design, and she picked some yarns. We picked I think I showed them in my plans for 2025, my knitting plan, so you can go and check that videos. But I bought a sweater quantity in different colors. So these were the colors that she chose. So those were the colors that she chose, but this color in the pictures, when we looked at the colors, because we bought them on a website, so we couldn't see them in real life, this color was a lot more pink. This is more like a kind of cold light pink, has a more cooler kind of undertone, and she wanted more like a warmer one, but she was like, it's okay, we can go for it. But in the end I found this one, which is the perfect pink. As you can see, this is a lot warmer than that. It's still kind of like a baby pink, but less lilac, if that makes sense. This is, by the way, the color 3145 drops Lima. No, cucita, lascia. And chaos. And this is another yarn, so we'll see. I'm gonna, use for the rest of the body the other colors of drops Lima, but for the bottom part of the body, because it's knitted with different colors for different blocks of or sections of the jumper, I'm gonna use this for the bottom. As you can see, I'm almost done with the bottom part of the body. It's knitted bottom up, and it has kind of like a drop shoulder kind of construction, and it's really nice because it has this kind of shape. You cast on an amount of stitches and you knit the ribbing, and then you start increasing a little bit, so it has this kind of shape like a V almost. It's very subtle, but these are the increases. As you can see, it has some increases on both sides of the jumper, and I've been really enjoying knitting this, but I'm this far, which is not much. I could have knitted a lot more on it, but I didn't have enough of this, so I did a little purchase of yarn, and I'll talk about them at the end of the episode. I bought some sock yarns and some things that I was curious about, and I found this yarn. This is the BC Garn Bio Balance, and it's a cotton and wool blend. He has more wool than cotton, but he has also cotton, so it's a really nice consistency. I think it's perfect for like spring, summer, autumn garment, and it's really beautiful stitch definition. And this is a fingering way yarn, so I'm holding it double, as you can see, holding it double to achieve the gauge that I need to achieve. We'll see how this will kind of blend with the drops Lima. I think it will be fine, because it would be in another color. But I bought 2 skeins, so each hank per skein is 50 grams and 225 meters. And for some reason I thought that buying just 2 skeins, which because I hold it double, it will be 225 meters in total, right? Instead of 450. Am I doing the right math? I think so. I thought it would be enough, but in the end is not, because for the first color I needed, I think, 325, something like that, so meters, so 100 more meters, so I didn't have enough, so I had to buy 1 more skein, and I had to wait for it to arrive. It was, but I'm doing it for her. I don't like to buy just 1 skein. It feels like a waste of a purchase because you also have to pay for the shipping and stuff like that, but it's okay. So yeah, I could have bought other yarns, but I'm really happy with the amount of yarns and my other purchase that I'll show you. So I didn't really need more yarns, and I'm not just saying that to kind of like restrict myself. I'm honestly meaning it. I'm really satisfied with my yarn stash. And I'll show you, and you will understand. I have enough to knit beautiful projects and to be entertained for the next years. But yes, I love this, and it's knitting up really beautifully. I've been knitting up, I received this skein yesterday morning, so yesterday evening I was knitting on this while studying. So love this, really love it. It's gorgeous. But yes, I'm more like a selfish knitter. I don't know, that's what I like. So yes. Then, talking about selfish knitting, I have 2 more projects that I want to finish for the end of March, because I'm gonna go away for a few days and I want to bring both of these finished projects with me. So the first one, this, I think you haven't seen that. No, you haven't seen this. This is a joy. This is a very spring-like project. This is the Kumulus blouse. It's a bit modified, but I bought the pattern by Petite Knit, the Kumulus blouse, and I've been kind of following it, but instead of doing the deep v-neck that the pattern recommends, I did this kind of like, how do you call this neckline? I don't know, but I've been pretty much following the pattern other than that. And yeah, I didn't do the I-cord edge at the bottom hem. I just did some increases, so the bottom hem is like that, slightly. And I'm knitting this with all of my scraps and one full skeins of silk mohair held double. And it's been so fun to kind of holding the mohair double and just knitting with 2 strands of mohair. I never done that. I've made just one little project that in the end it didn't turn out well a few years ago with just 1 strand of mohair, and it was really not nice to work with because it's so thin, and you know, yeah. But using 2 strands, it somehow it's nice, and it creates this absolutely super lightweight but also very warm, I would say, fabric. And I think I really want more like lightweight garments, kind of in between seasons garments like this. I'm really into colors and playing with the different, you know, scraps. But yes, I finished the body and I really like it as a t-shirt as well, but I would use it a lot more if it was a sweater. So I'm gonna knit the sleeves and then it will be done. I really love it. It's so light. This is, I don't know how much this is, but probably like 50 grams. I really would love to have these 2 projects done for the end of March, but I think I'm gonna prioritize this, so I'm sure that they'll be done and then continue working on this. But yes, that's a project that I casted on since last time. And then I made some progress on this baby. I'm almost done with the body. This is another fluffy project, but this is knitted with 2 strands of alpaca silk of drops. Beautiful. I love drops alpaca silk. I actually want to show you another alpaca silk yarn, not by drops, but I'll share it in the acquisition section at the end of the video. And this is self-drafted. It's it's really long. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe I can try it on, but I'm kind of in the middle of the row. But yeah, it's a quite long and fluffy cardigan. I really wanted it long, kind of like a big fluffy hug, and it's self-drafted. It's kind of like a raglan, top-down constructed raglan cardigan, and I already knitted the button band as I was knitting the cardigan, right, on both sides. I'm almost done with the body. As I said, I'm knitting the ribbing. I just started knitting the ribbing and I'm in the middle of the row, of course. And yeah, I did this kind of like super simple color work. Usually knitting color work, stranded color work, flat is, for me, it doesn't work. The way I knit color work, it doesn't work. So the way I did this color work was to, for example, I have this like cream or beige main color, right? And I want to start introducing this rust color. The way I've done it, on the right side, so on the knit side, not on the purl side, right? I would knit 3 stitches in the cream beige color and then 1 stitch in the rust, this red rust color, and then repeat that, 3 stitches in one color, 1 stitch in the other, and finish the row like that. And then on the other side, right, on the wrong side, I would just continue knitting with the second color, right, and then introduce the third color like that. Did I explain myself? And then I would just do this on the right side. I would knit stranded color work only on the right side. Okay. I don't know if I explained myself well, but it's a pretty basic color work. It's kind of like a stripy cardigan, but it has some little different. It's fun. I didn't write down the pattern or anything. It's just and I used, by the way, I didn't tell you, I don't know my gauge exactly, but I'm using needle size 6 millimeters. So it's kind of knitting up fast, but it's quite big. It's quite a lot of fabric. It's quite a lot of stitches. So it's taking some time. And this was my New Year's cast on. I didn't work on it for like some weeks, but then I picked it up again. And I think it's a perfect kind of, it's a perfect cardigan for like spring and autumn, but also winter, because it's more light than a thick jumper, right? Okay, so these are the 3 projects that I'm actively working on. So, the first yarns that I want to show you are just a dream come true, a vision that came true. They're just gorgeous. My friend Antonella, she's the dyer and the owner of Cozy Posy Yarn Co. I mentioned her yarns before, and the Lush Lino, both the DK version and the fingering weight version, is my favorite summer yarn. But she sent me also these 3 in a sweater quantity. I'm like, what? She watched probably one of my recent episodes, and I said that this year I was really into this kind of color palette, rust, and she gifted me these. Of course, she didn't ask me to talk about these yarns. It's not like a sponsor or anything, but I really want to show you. It was just a gift from her. And I think it just, the world has to try these yarns. So this is a boucle yarn. I am not really, like, I knitted with boucle twice, I think. And I don't love knitting with boucle yarn because the needles get stuck in the little hoops here of the boucle. But I will definitely make something with this. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is a book, it's called the Bougie Baby Alpaca. It's 77% baby alpaca, 23% silk. It's 100 grams and 437 yards. And the color is terracotta, which is my favorite. And this is the softest. It's truly, I mean, I've knitted with the Drops boucle yarn, and this is better, a lot better. And the color has so much depth. I love it. It's kind of similar to the paint of my the only finished wall in this house. But yes, I love it. Love it, love it. And it's quite a lot of yardage and grammage for one hank. I love it. And look at the logo. Absolutely love all of her yarns. And then these 2. I think these 2 together will be a dream. So I want to find the perfect project for them. I don't know, maybe another tulip sweater by Melody Hoffman. Could be. Who knows? But this is the color planter. I knitted with I knitted a skirt using Lush Lino DK in this color, the planter color. So I've tried this color before, but not in these bases. And look at this merino. I mean, also this alpaca. This is the softest. I think it's softer. Let me try. this is called Fluff. It's 74% baby suri alpaca and 26% silk. It's 50 grams and 328 yards. It's a laceway yarn, so it's thinner than the Drops baby alpaca or suri alpaca version. Look, I mean, how gorgeous. It's gorgeous, and I think with this it would be absolutely amazing. This is, as I said, I'm not really like I'm kind of rediscovering merino yarns, but I prefer them in the fingering weight version than in the, thicker versions. The only reason I don't love merino is because it peels quite a lot, because it's quite soft. But our merino yarns are on another level. This is the organic merino. It's the non-superwashed 100% fine organic merino, 100 grams, 438 yards, and it's the 4-ply fingering weight. But look at the color. I mean, this color just is perfection for me. These two colors, but the depth of this, perfection. So love this too. I think I want to find the perfect project for it. I'll probably hold them together, and yeah, if you hold a merino fingering weight yarn with a fluff, it won't peel as much. That's what I found out. So perfect. I love this so much. Thank you, Antonella. I was like so surprised. I mean, these are the yarns that I bought. Fun. So I decided to try the Baby Merino by Drops in this beautiful color. It's kind of like a burgundy, I would say. And this is it's 50 grams, 175 meters, and yeah, 3 millimeters needles is the suggested needles, and the color is 51. And I got, I think, 4 skeins or something, and I want to make a cloudberry tea by Fiber Tales. I made it in the past in a bamboo and cotton blend and white, and I stained it. So I will have to dye it at some point. But I really love the fit of that little t-shirt, and I want to make it in this yarn. I think it will be beautiful, and I think I'll skip the color work on the little flowery color work on the sleeves. Just make just a simple tee with this. So that's the plan for maybe more summer, spring knits. And then I got these 3 sock yarns. I was so excited to have these. These are just so fun. So my favorite sock yarn, I think I mentioned it in the past, is all the Regia or Regia sock yarns. I have a pair of socks in another color, like a gray color, basic, boring gray color, and I wear those socks because they're the perfect kind of length and fit. I wear them all the time in the winter, and I've been wearing them for 3 winters, I think now, and they're like new. They don't have any sign of wear. So I got another one in this super fun color. This is the Magic Mirror color. Is 1 skein for me. I can make 2 pair of socks. But love this. So I think I'm gonna knit a pair of socks. My sock mojo is starting to come back to me. So I'll soon knit a pair of socks. Maybe when I travel I'll bring this. It's so it's a bit more like a smaller project. And then I got 2 more sock yarns, but these are not going to be, especially this is not going to be a sock, it's going to be a bralette. A little top, maybe my little secret summer top by Jessie May Designs. I think I'm gonna make it in this color, or a ripple bralette. This is the Malin Weight Merino Extra Fine Lana Grossa, and this is the color 7221, and again this is 420 meters and 100 grams, and I love this color. It's a bit kind of shaded, how do you call it? It's fun. It's another fun color. So it will be like kind of like a fairly cropped top, but this is what it's gonna be, and it's super soft, even though it's a kind of Mojo. So even though it's a sock yarn, it's a merino blend, so 75% merino extra fine virgin wool and 25% polyamide. So it's very soft. This is the softest. This is not merino, I would say. Yeah, it is. For some reason this is softer than this, and this is the most rustic one among the 3. So yeah, love this. I think it would be beautiful, and I think I love it as a bralette or a crop top. Then I got this. This I think is going to be another pair of socks, and it's another funny or fun stripy, self-striping sock yarn, and this is the, again, Lana Grossa Land Lust, and this is the color 111. There. So very excited. These are the yarns that I got. Yeah, I just got 1 skein each of these and a t-shirt quantity of that one. I'm really, I don't know, I'm really looking forward to cast on new projects. I'll definitely cast on a bralette or a crop top with this and a pair of socks, and maybe I'll bring these 2 projects with me as I travel a little bit. I'm gonna, shall I say it? Maybe my sister is watching this. Bonjour. No. It was fun to catch up with you. I will see when I'll be able to film again, but let me know in the comments what you're knitting on, if you're looking... No! If you're looking forward... Goodbye.